Anyway, hey, what's up? It's Phil and Peter. What's up, Peter?
I am doing great. That was actually my favorite Game of Thrones episode ever.
Oh my goodness, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. But Peter, before we start, were you able to get to my house with no incident this week?
Fuck, I have problems, alright? Like, I forgot your address, all the houses on the street look the same.
Guys, by the way, this is last week, okay? Because what happens, just to give you a little bit of background, because Peter, he lives in the same neighborhood as I do, but we live in a fucking mega city. So even though it's the next neighborhood over, it's still a little bit away. And he comes over to my house so we can watch Game of Thrones and do this podcast. And last week, I'm waiting for this dude. I'm waiting. I'm like, where the hell is Pete? And this is what happened to Pete. Tell the story real quick.
I rang the wrong doorbell, and actually what I didn't tell Phil is that, okay, I told it as, like, I rang the wrong doorbell. Very innocent. But actually it wasn't just that. I leaned on the wrong doorbell. And this poor old lady who lived in the house was like, oh my god, they're fucking muggers and shit. And I was standing outside screaming, hey Stella! Hey Stella! Doing the Marlon Brando shit. And so she called the police, which was really unfortunate for me because they all had guns and they decided to point them at me, which persuaded me to leave the neighborhood. But I came back and, everything worked out. So it's just one of those things.
Yeah, just one of those things, getting a bunch of guns pointed at you in the middle of the night. So that's why Pete was a little bit late last week and why we started a little bit late last week. But he got here without incident this week, although they gave him like a little bit of a don't come back to this neighborhood notice, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, with a gun to my head.
Yeah,
which was nice.
It's ha funny only because he's alive, but otherwise it's pretty terrifying. I've had guns pointed at my face. Well, if any of
you got shot at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If any of you guys follow my Walking Dead or followed my Walking Dead podcast, you know that I missed 1 week because I was traumatized by some guy that had shot at me.
Yeah, I mean, nobody actually shot at me. It was just guns pointed at me.
Yes. So. By the way, Sao Paulo's a lovely city. Come visit anytime. But yeah, let's talk Game of Thrones, guys. Right. Fortunately, we're all live to see another week and to see one more episode. And I gotta go with Pete on this one. I don't know if I'd rank it as the best Game of Thrones episode ever, but definitely the best one this season, probably top 5.
Yeah. It was a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, I know we saved the rankings for last, but right now I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
He's pumped up. That's fine. So we are just going to run down what...
and bitches are going to fucking hate it.
Yes, there's going to be people that are going to hate it. But like I've said, I think last podcast, and if I haven't, I'll say it now. As much as some of the resolutions are a bit upsetting,
some of them were cheap.
Yeah, some of them are cheap, and it seems like subversion for subversion's sake and all of that. But yet they managed to do it so well that I can't stay upset. I think even with the episode, was it episode 3, the long night? Right. There were so many cool theories, and I've watched even like there's a thing now on YouTube.
You know what I love?
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
It's fine.
That was really rude. But what I love is the fact that every fucking theory was subverted. Like, nobody saw this coming.
No, I get you, but it wasn't subverted in a way that... Well, you see, the thing is, it's not like it wasn't satisfying. Like, was it cool to see Arya jump out of nowhere and kill the Night King? Of course.
Right.
But were there 7 years of foreshadowing and build up and all of that were just like, fuck you, we're like, who cares, to the fans? I think so too, so actually I watched a video this week because apparently this is a trend now, is people will give you alternate endings, like they'll just give a 10-minute pod. And man, it was so cool, and there wasn't a lot that was changed. You didn't have to change a lot in that whole episode to make it so that Jon and the Night King had a little bit of a moment together.
Right.
Bran did more than just
Where the
say,
fuck was Bran this
I'm
episode?
going somewhere, and then he just went somewhere and didn't do anything to help. But anyway, let's not talk about the long night. Let's talk about this episode,
All
which,
right.
by the way, who knows what the title? I mean, we downloaded.
I
well, we
don't
didn't
know the
download. No,
title.
we didn't download it. Of course not. We paid for HBO. We don't pirate here in our
but
house.
pirating is wrong.
Pirating is wrong. We just happened to see something that said that the episode was called Memento, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, I enjoyed this a lot more than A Long Night, despite what Pete said. Some of the endings were a little cheap, but whatever. Let's start talking about our man Varys.
Ah, fuck. You know, the dude, he served the realm, and he took his punishment like a man. That's all I can say about the guy.
Yeah, I agree. It was real quick. I didn't expect it to happen that quickly. I thought that he had gotten a little bit into Tyrion's head in that.
No, Tyrion fucking stood by his queen.
Yep, he definitely stood by his queen. I thought that was a storyline that was going to drip into this and last episode of him and Tyrion betraying Daenerys, which I still think that, I mean, after we'll talk about that at the end with our reactions to what Daenerys did. It could still happen, but I thought it was going to be a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on between him and Tyrion up to the last episode. But man, she got rid of that problem quick.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Varys has been like, he's really been one of the more important characters in the show,
Yes.
but you never notice him. Like, he's in the back scenes whispering, like that's what he does. He's the whisperer, but he really came to the forefront in the last couple seasons, and it cost him actually, you know, to be exposed like that.
Yeah, they because at the start, I mean, he's one of my favorite characters on the show from the beginning because of the mystery element. He felt a little bit more, I don't want to say two-dimensional, but clear. Like, we kind of understood what his mission was towards the end, which I thought made him a little bit boring compared to the start with him and Littlefinger, especially. They played off so well off of one another. But this, but I like this ending for him.
Yeah, he went out like a man.
Yeah,
too. He's like, I hope I don't deserve it.
Yeah, and in the end, he was right.
Yeah,
he was right, and I think
totally
that's gonna,
right.
I think that's gonna stick in Tyrion's mind. I think that's gonna stick in a lot of people's mind, not just Tyrion.
Yeah.
And even when he got burned by Drogo, whatever, he you saw Jon gave him that kind of side. Didn't give him; he was burned to bits. But he gave Daenerys kind of that side eye of, man, you got to burn him again. I mean, it's almost like she has a fetish.
She had to.
No, but she could have killed him in a different way. I think that's the thing. It's like, it's so over the top, so...
But it's probably more painless than...
You think they're just getting your head chopped off?
No,
I don't know, man. I'd rather have my head chopped off than get burned alive. I mean, that's some strong fire, and I'm sure, like, you probably just go out in a second.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you saw that for two things. One, I thought it was the fact that she's bringing the dragon out again to execute somebody. But two, he realized now, and it's very dangerous, and I think Tyrion brought this up in a later conversation with Daenerys, is that this is the punishment for thinking that Jon deserves to be the king. Which, okay, I get it. It's treason. It is treason. Okay, she's the queen. But at the same time, he's worried about Sansa. He's worried about Arya. He's worried about anybody else in the north who might actually think that he's a better leader.
Right.
And there's not much he can do about that, considering the fact that they just simply...
Well, he shouldn't have opened his big fucking mouth in the first place.
I agree. But at the same time, I don't think he figured she would go overboard like this.
Yeah,
He
but
misread her.
We did, though.
We did, of course. We, the audience, did. But Jon, you know nothing, Jon Snow. He's a bit of a dumbass. And I think that was a rude awakening for him. It's like, wow, she just burned this man alive for thinking I would be... just thinking. I mean, we don't know what Varys was...
He was planning on killing
No,
her.
he was planning on doing something, but we didn't get any concrete evidence of what he was doing,
Right.
And yet, there she is, or there he was.
And Tyrion was pretty quick to rat him out, too.
Yeah, because Tyrion's scared shitless of this woman.
Yeah.
He is. He knows he's on her bad side.
Yeah.
And so...
she lets him know it, too.
Yes. So... goodbye, Varys. Great character.
Yeah, awesome character.
It was prophesied that you were going to die in this strange land, and you did by the Red Witch, Melisandre. So, goodbye. This episode started out pretty strong with that death. And now we get a little bit more of Tyrion and Daenerys. And Tyrion, once again, is begging Daenerys, because he did this, I think, in season 7, when she said, I got 3 dragons.
Yeah. You don't want to rule a kingdom of ashes.
Yeah, and she was like, I can just roll up in there and have this done and over with. And by the way, for everybody, and I say this in jest, of course, but for everybody that's still defending Daenerys, come on, man, she's crazy. I read an article this week where, Game of Thrones has spent the last season and a half destroying her character. No, she's insane. She's shown that she is emotionally incapable of being a leader. I
don't think she's insane. I think she's out of her element.
Okay. I don't know, out of her element, if I would use that word. I think she knows exactly what she's going to do.
She's mad. She's mad because they chopped off Melisandre's head. That's or Missandre's.
Missandre, yeah.
Yeah, she's mad because they fucking killed her. And that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, but who killed her? Cersei killed her, not a bunch of innocent women and children killed her.
Yeah, she snapped. She
snapped, but that was her original plan.
Yeah,
before she snapped.
That's true, yeah.
Okay.
Her original plan was like, I'm going to ride in there with 3 dragons.
And just burn the city down.
She has 1 now, and she still did it.
And she's still, exactly. That's why I don't buy that she's mad, she snapped, and everything that she's doing is justified because all she wants to do is sit on that iron throne and free the people. No, man. She
lost
the only thing that she wants... I mean, she's done some good things along the way, of course. I mean, hooray, you freed some slaves.
Right.
But the only thing... But even with the freeing of the slaves... It was to her benefit because she got a big-ass army off of that freeing of the slaves.
Yeah.
She got control of the city and killed off all her enemies. So she used the slaves almost...
And she crucified people, too. That was really cool.
No, remember when she killed the one dude in front of the slaves and then they all started hissing at her?
Yeah.
So I don't agree with people who are saying that in the last 2 seasons they've just dropped this down as if like they're ruining her character.
Yeah,
it's been foreshadowed for a long time.
And before we even get to the end of this, I know we're supposed to save it for the end, but we should get it out of the way now. When it comes down to the battle of the bitches, Cersei versus Dany.
Yes.
Dany won. Like she fucking flattened her flat.
No, completely. She flattened the city.
Yeah. She didn't just go Cersei. She killed everyone.
Yeah. No, it was Well, we'll talk about that to the end as far as how that affects our view of her as a character. But yeah, Tyrion does try once more, and then he says, "Listen, if they give up, if they ring that bell, and we'll get to the bell a little later. If they ring that bell." Call off the attack. They have surrendered, and she agrees to it. But she tells me.
But she's not really paying attention. Even she's like, yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, but anyway, so we get the battle we've been waiting for.
The battle, a very one-sided battle.
Extremely one-sided. But like I was telling Pete while I was watching it, I was enjoying it a lot more than the battle at Winterfell with the Night King, because it was just, Oh, well, obviously better lit, right?
Yeah.
But besides that, it was just the choreography. Even though it was one-sided, I still felt tension. I still felt like it was moving the
It was
pacing was
easier to
great.
follow.
It was great to follow, yeah, and I cared about the characters. So that's funny because obviously the Battle of Winterfell was more one-sided for the Night King for most of it.
Yeah. The Night King slaughtered everyone,
Yeah,
and then Arya saved the day.
but it didn't. What's the word? I didn't. Everybody felt like they had plot shield in that one, In this one,
Right.
even though I
It was,
get it,
It was open.
yeah, that of course the good guys were gonna win. I mean, after a certain point, you realize
Who
the
do you
good guys are
consider
gonna
the
win.
good guys?
Well, we'll get into that in a second.
You're right.
Yeah, the let's say the Northerners and
Right.
Dany are gonna win.
Oh, they've won so fucking easily.
Yeah,
though.
but yet I still felt like this tension, like what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Is Jaime gonna get to where he needs to go? Is Arya and the Hound so gonna get to where they need to go? What's Jon's reaction to the city burning all of a sudden? Which it was intense. Very intense. So she burns up that Iron Fleet like she should have done the first time.
Yeah. Like, why didn't they do that in the first place?
Mm-hmm. And Euron jumps off the boat right before it blows up, and then she comes out from inside King's Landing and busts through the wall. That was an awesome scene. We have to do a rewatch of that one.
That will be fucking great.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. And then burning up the Golden Company. It was intense. That was, I mean, if they saved up money, if they were saving up money, they used a lot of it for this episode. Because this was an awesome battle. And so no more Iron Fleet, no more Golden Company. They
went out in like 5 minutes.
Yes.
They were done that quick.
And that's when we realized right from the gate.
Yeah, she's finished.
Yeah, this is.
It's like, okay, Cersei's got a secret plan, and then it's like, actually, she doesn't.
She doesn't.
Oops.
Yeah, and we'll get into that too because I wasn't very happy with how that ended, but. Let's take a moment now for heartwarming.
Tyrion and Jaime?
Yes.
All right, yes. Because Tyrion was freed from prison by Jaime, and it was a debt that he cannot possibly repay, and yet somehow he did. They caught Jaime, and he paid him back, and it was for a good cause. He said, like, fuck, dude. You and our sister, you can go live out your fucking pathetic incestuous life in another place and nobody will follow you. We'll leave you alone. Just go get our sister, take her away, and everything will be okay. But Jaime encountered some difficulty, so unfortunately that did not happen either.
Yes, because as he's trying to get into the city to ring the bell, because the plan was also that. It's like, get up there and ring that bell and let the Dany's army know that you surrendered. That everybody surrendered and there would be no bloodshed.
Not
and we don't
like
have
it would have
10,000 people didn't die or aren't going to die. And everybody's going to have a happy ending.
Right.
Except that.
Yeah.
And then we have ring my bell. What happened here? The bell is rung, right?
The bell was rung, and it just pissed Dany off. When she heard it, she's like, you surrender? Good. This is the time to fucking cook you good. And she just rode in and burned everyone.
Yeah, man. And I'm thinking, I'm here shouting as we're watching, like, don't do it, bitch.
But you saw the look on her face,
and
man.
I was
You knew she was going to do it.
This bitch is going to do it. And I'm thinking the whole time, man, I mean...
She won.
Yeah, she won. She could have just flown just to the Red... I could understand, okay, fly up to the Red Keep and burn that shit down.
Right. But then she burned like 1,000 civilians.
I mean, okay, I can sort of get there's going to be some civilian casualties there. But to just burn the whole city and all those people...
Oh, she killed everybody.
Oh, man. And, again... I know people are going to argue that, it's because she was mad because of Missandre and the other dragon that died. But I'm like, no, man. I mean, that to me is emotional.
Her shit.
But I don't think she had her shit to begin with.
No,
You know,
that's arguable. Yeah.
because she's, from the start. If you think about Daenerys' arc, I mean, she's has zero, like 0.0 connection with reality. I mean, she started the story out as already kind of escaping. She's running
Right.
away,
Right.
gets sold to a guy who rapes her
True. Yes.
to
Yes.
so because
Yeah.
her
The love of
brother.
her life raped her on their wedding night.
Yeah, because the idea was that the brother was going to be the king.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Until she learns real quick, hey, my way to get ahead in this world is to manipulate and manipulate my way up to the top. And she used that cooch to help her.
She used her cooch pretty well, though.
Yes. And so I don't know if she has a real notion of what actual regular people feel. I mean, she's lived in this other universe of destiny, of the throne is mine. Everything's kind of.
Yeah, she's very entitled for like a poor chick. She's
No,
she's actually
extremely
very entitled.
And mostly because all of the things that happened to her, they happened like in her favor. Like everything's been so easy. Like
I don't know if it's easy, but she makes it happen. Like I said, this is the battle of the bitches, and like when it comes to Daenerys, like don't fuck with her because everyone loses. And we were wondering this episode, like when it comes to Daenerys versus Cersei, who is going to go down? And fuck, I was shocked actually that it was Cersei who went down so fast and so easy.
Yeah, she didn't give up much of a fight.
No, I was like, where's your secret plan, bitch? And
Yeah.
she had none.
No, she had none. She just sat and watched as the city burned, and it was pretty.
Because she thought Danny wouldn't do it. And she did.
Well,
so
I
that's your lost card played, bitch.
Yeah, and I think I thought the opposite. I thought that she was counting on Danny burning the city. And because she had that line where she said, don't worry, I have something special planned for her. And she looked right down where she was this whole episode. This was what, maybe the first episode of the season or something?
Well, we both saw Dragonfire in the episode, right? We weren't hallucinating.
The wildfire.
Yeah, but it actually just succeeded in burning the city more. So
yeah, so
that secret plan didn't work.
I didn't really get that with Cersei. Actually, Cersei, poor Cersei. We'll take a little bit of a detour here and talk about Cersei in general. I thought that this was a really bad ending for the character. Really underutilized this season. Didn't do much other than just stare out the window. I mean, what else did she do? I mean, she fucked Euron.
I don't know about that. I think she was a character resigned to her fate, but she was gonna do her best to fight it.
Yeah, but her best was nothing.
Her best was not very
That's what I'm
good.
saying. That's why I'm saying she was badly written this season. Because the one thing we were hoping for or expecting
is that she was gonna pull a big fucking whammy out of her pocket.
Yeah, exactly, like she did at the end of season 6. When she blew up the Sept. Like she has been the most conniving woman or character.
She ran out of tricks. That's what it is. She ran out of tricks.
Yeah, but don't foreshadow that she has a trick. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's where the writers fucked up because they gave us this big setup of Cersei. She's got something up her sleeve. She just keeps looking out that window for.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Phil. I think that she had so much potential for a big dukaroo at the end, and wow, she got clobbered. That was a first round knockout.
Yeah,
that was like Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinks. 91 seconds.
Yeah,
over.
And so that upset me a little bit because Cersei's been one of my favorite, if not my favorite character on the show. One of those love to hate her situations, and. Yeah, they had her do nothing. I mean, I can't think of one scene this season. I mean,
No,
wasn't.
she sat in the Red Keep and cowered.
Yeah, I mean,
And well, she had that one moment where she came out on the fucking wall and
oh, that was okay.
chopped off Miss Sandra's head. It was like, oh yeah, I fucking dare you to come and attack me, and they did, and she died. So
Yeah,
that was probably
but
not
even
the smartest thing for her to do.
no, and even that, yeah, exactly. And you said that last week because I mean, look at, I mean, she had
She had
probably
a
the most
bargaining chip.
valuable prisoner,
Yeah,
and she just kills that prisoner. I mean, you think she's got the kid in her. She wants to do everything possible to come out of this, at least her, come out of this alive, or give herself enough time to escape. And yet she just kind of stood there. I mean, that was Cersei's arc this whole season, just looking out the window. You know, I can't just go back and think. I mean, she got Braun to go kill the brothers, and he was non-existent this episode. He's just waiting it out. He's waiting it out.
Well, like he said, I'm a betting man, so I'm going to see who wins. And now he knows that he's not getting his castle from Cersei.
Yes. But anyway, I am definitely. I haven't. I don't think I've ever been Team Daenerys, but I'm definitely even less now. I think most of the characters aren't at the moment on her side, or except for the Dothraki, of course, and the Unsullied. Because
what are there, like 7 Dothraki left?
Yeah. What the few that are left. But again, my point here is that I don't think that they've ruined her character. I think this has been foreshadowed for a long time.
It's always been her character.
She's been a little bit unstable. She's had good people around her to settle her down. Once she started losing those people, she's come off as more unhinged, and this is definitely what I figured Daenerys would do.
Dude, I'm surprised she actually lived to the end of this episode. When she started burning shit down, I thought for sure like Jon or somebody would put a stop to her. Well, but they didn't.
It's hard to stop a woman on a like however long that dragon is.
Yeah, get the fuck out of the way of that shit.
Get the fuck out of the way. But basically, yeah, so once that bell rung and Dany decided to burn everything, it just all hell breaks loose. Yeah. And it was so well filmed, man. So congrats to the guys who filmed this, because it was really, really well done. All the carnage and destruction, and just showing we cared a little bit. I mean, at least I did. I cared a little bit about the people in King's Landing who, as Pete pointed out earlier, they're absolute assholes.
The thing is, like, these are the same people that when Tyrion was on trial for Joffrey's murder, fucking booed him, even though he saved the city from Stannis' siege. And they also cheered for Ned Stark's execution. So, honestly, fuck those people. Like, I know they're technically innocent, but they're also kind of assholes. So I didn't really feel very sorry for them.
Oh, I felt sorry when I saw the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, the kids, yeah.
And not every, you can't think all of them are idiots, just the majority. And I think a lot of times, too...
That's like America.
Well, but a lot of times, too, you have to think, I mean, would you be the guy willing to not boo at Ned Stark's execution, So a lot of times people do stuff like that just because, hey, I don't want to get my head chopped off either.
Right.
So I think they just kind of follow whatever the leader...
The King's Landing is full of jerks, though. Like, it
is.
I didn't really feel sorry for most of those people.
Oh, no, I did. I didn't. I mean, that was at least the way they filmed it made me feel something. You know, which was their intention.
Yeah, the small children being burned was actually pretty horrific. Actually.
Yeah, because you just think about it. I mean, I agree with you. They are a bunch of idiots over there, but they kind of, they kind of side with whoever's in power. Because remember when those crazy religious folk were in power?
Right.
They were doing the shame walk with Cersei.
Yeah. They threw poop in her face.
Poop and showing their dicks and everything. So I guess they just go with whoever's in power, and they just don't want to get...
That's what makes them such assholes, though.
Yeah, but that's people in general.
Yeah, that's true.
In general. They're just going to follow whatever... keeps them safe at night. So I think that's what was going on over there. But big mistake, and we got absolute destruction of the city. She's barbecuing for at least half an hour, 40 minutes.
Well, the entire episode.
The entire episode, because it's kind of funny. Like we kind of forget.
It's like in the background, it's like, oh yeah, the dragon is still burning people.
Yeah, no.
It's like, thank God she only has one.
Yeah, because as I'm watching, because they have a lot of different things going on, a lot of different characters going through their little mini episode arcs, and you tend to forget for a second. And then all of a sudden, like you said, oh, what? There's the dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here's another 1,000 people dead.
Yeah, she's still burning away. So speaking of
Clegane.
Yes. Well,
Clegane,
let's go with Euron first.
Oh,
okay?
yes. All right.
So
Euron.
speaking of character moments, let's break down some of the big character moments of this episode.
All right. So the fanboys are going to be bitching about this.
They already are.
Of course they are. Because, Jaime Lannister is a noble warrior. He fucking, he's the Kingslayer. And he goes out in kind of a cheap way. He fights Euron. He beats him. But Euron gets in a good shot, and that's what finishes Jaime. Well, the roof caving in on his head is what finishes Jaime, but the sword wound would have done it anyway. But, yeah. The fanboys are going to bitch about this for years to come.
No, they already are. We saw, because I was looking up how to spell Euron just to make sure I was spelling it right, because I can't spell these names. And actually, I might have spelled Cersei wrong on here. I think there's an E at the end of her name, but whatever. So, yeah, the first article that came up was fans are hating the fact that Euron killed Jaime.
He didn't, though. He didn't.
And that's the thing.
The roof caved in on his head.
Yes.
That's what killed Jaime.
Yes.
He was going to die from the sword wound anyway, but the roof caved in on him first.
And I don't know. I mean, I totally agree with you. There wasn't... I mean, I guess they tried to build up, this kind of emotional tie between them. I think it was last season, because he's like, I'm going to fuck your wife. Or let me know, does she like it from the back? Does she like... So, I guess those were the seeds that were being planted to get to this point.
Yeah, but the thing is...
But it was like, I don't care. I didn't really care that much about Euron and Jaime hating each other. There's a bunch of people Jaime hates.
And the thing with Jaime is he's supposed to be this great warrior, but it's been clear for a long time. His best days are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, the fact that he gets punked out by a cheap piece of shit like Euron,
yes.
It's actually natural. He doesn't have it anymore. So that's why that happened to him. And he still won. He still won the fight.
Yeah, he still won the fight. So it was, for me, it didn't...
Yeah, it didn't bother me at all. I thought, good for you, Jaime. You won. You died, but, you got your licks in.
But think about it. I mean, I guess because they tried to make Euron a more important character than I guess some people would have liked for him to be. But if he had just died on that ship,
right? Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
It would have not mattered. I mean, Jaime would have still found Cersei,
and they still would have fucking been buried alive.
Yeah, they still would have been buried alive, or which I think is way better, and that's what a lot of the theory guys maybe wanted. Jaime goes in there, and at the last minute, he realizes, hey, Cersei is kind of fucked up and kills her. Although, with the baby, he wouldn't have done it. And after with Daenerys actually made Cersei come off as the good guy.
Yeah. She was like a fucking defender of the innocent.
So, given how it played out, I guess it would have been impossible for Jaime to have stuck a knife in Cersei's back. But... yeah, without the Euron fight, it still would have come out. The end result would have been the same.
It would have been the same, yeah.
It would have been much better if his niece, that's Yara, would have killed him. Because if we're going for...
she deserves revenge.
Yeah, because if
But then again, he didn't kill her when he had the chance. So, mad props. He had he had a bit of a conscience there.
Oh, but still, after everything that he done, I
Yeah.
think she still would have killed him.
Or Theon.
Or
Well,
Theon.
but he's dead.
Yeah,
too.
but he's dead.
Yeah.
Because it seems like this season they're going a little bit for fan service and the build-ups and all of that.
I don't think they're going for fan service.
I think so too.
I think fans are gonna hate this episode. Actually.
You think so?
Yo, fuck! I know so.
Oh.
I know so. Dude, I'm a
Do you know the last episode was ranked the lowest on IMDb of every single Game of Thrones episode ever?
Wow.
And I don't know what the rating is, but we can check it out real quick. Game of Thrones IMDb.
I'm a big Star Wars fanboy, and I tell you, when I say that I like The Last Jedi, I get hate mail for weeks.
Oh God. No, yeah, the Last Jedi got a few people really bent out of shape. No, but what I mean when I say they're going a little bit for fan service,
9.5. That's not low.
No, this is this episode. Okay. I think.
All right. Yeah.
No, I think this is for the whole series. Okay. But then you have to go episode by episode to get the ratings. Okay, episode guide. Let's see. Winterfell got an 8.3. A Night of Seven Kingdoms got an 8.6. The Long Night got an 8.2. Oh, there you go. Last of the Starks, 6.4.
Holy shit.
Oh, and by the way,
what the fuck is wrong with you people?
And I think we have a title here. It's The Bells.
The Bells. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good title.
But it got a 7.3, so you're probably right. Fans did not like it.
Yeah.
Let me see if we have any comments, because I know IMDb took away their comment. A complete disaster in this last season. I cannot believe what they are doing.
Cunts.
Daenerys is being totally destroyed by the decisions they're making. I will only keep seeing why it is my favorite series and because I have great respect for the actors. No, she's not being destroyed, guys.
She's the character she always was.
Exactly.
Fucking cunts.
Yeah, that man. I disagree with 100%. Let me see what the top comment is for tonight's episode. Oh, we got a good one here. A lot of haters out there who wanted different, more perfect in their minds outcomes. All the more power to the show for giving us something unpredictable.
Exactly.
That has been one of the show's many strengths from the jump. Great directing as well. Sets up what will hopefully be a powerful ending where I was only expecting mostly just a wrap-up finale, so even more excited for the finale than I was.
That's a good comment. I love that.
That's a good comment.
Yeah, all right, may I personally address the fanboys right this very moment?
Uh-oh.
Fuck you all. Like, seriously, like, it didn't live up to your expectations. Good for you. Life doesn't live up to your expectations. So, really, like, I'm so sorry Daenerys did not turn out to be your perfect queen. Go fuck yourself.
Wow. Pete is angry. But although, if you click on the comments page, a lot of these are very low. Was this episode visually appealing? Yes. Could the script for this episode be better? Yes. If you just want action, lots of fighting and explosions in this episode, you are going to enjoy it. And then, it just goes on from there.
Yeah.
A lot of low grades. Remember the multifaceted characters? Remember the show that broke the mold by having characters act as seemingly independent of the plot? Remember years of build-up? I could go on, but assume other people will be more through with their rants.
Yeah, fuck that person as well.
No, but you know what? This I'll give a little bit of love to, because yes, that's been my big issue this last 2 seasons, is that they are rushing it. There's no way to say that they aren't rushing it. And so
it took them 2 years to get the last season on air. How the fuck do you call that rushing it?
How characters go from point A to point B, even though it makes sense. Like, it makes sense for me that Daenerys is burning the city down.
Right.
Think about, like, season 1 through maybe season 3 of Daenerys' story. Like, it took like two and a half seasons almost for her to finally get her power, whatever you want to call it. Right. Yeah. Like, there was this build-up and there was this, you followed it much slower, like for Jon Snow to go from little Jon Snow that nobody gave a shit about to the ruler of Castle Black, right?
But he's still a wiener, though.
No, but I'm saying there was such a slow burn build-up for these characters and the motivations behind
Right.
the things that they did.
Right, and
That
a
these
lot of
last
stuff came out, and then now it feels rushed.
For sure, it feels extremely rushed. I mean, you can fill in the blanks if you're smart enough, that's why I'm saying, as much as I agree with some of the comments about this, 100%, it feels rushed. It feels like characters are acting out of character.
No, they're behaving in perfect character.
No, yes and no. I mean, think about all the dumb shit Tyrion's done. I mean, he hasn't gotten one battle plan right. I mean, this is the guy that won the Battle of Blackwater.
He's still alive, though.
He's still alive.
Holy fuck! Like, for all the shit he's played,
that's incredible that he's still alive. But or even the whole shit with Sansa. Like, okay, right. I get it that she doesn't like her, but there wasn't a sufficient enough build up, and especially like you have an episode. Yeah, that episode where they sat down and had a little chat. And
yeah,
it seemed
I know.
They were warming up.
You know, women are like that. I'm sorry to say that. Apologies to women. I love women, but you know, there are times when like your brother has a girlfriend you don't like that.
But that's
you just take a hate on.
But that's, I think that takes the show down a level from where it was. Okay. So I agree. I'm not as crybaby-ish as these guys because I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But
I gave this episode a 10 out of 10.
I know. I wouldn't give it a 10, but it was pretty damn good. For me, it's like this. I'm enjoying this last season. Actually, I think even more than season 7.
And season 7 was fucking amazing.
I liked season 7 a lot. But I'm enjoying it more on a popcorn level than seasons 1 through 4, where it was much more cerebral.
Because you didn't know where it was going.
Yeah, you didn't know where it was going, and you, when you got somewhere, like it was a setup, and then we got the payoff, but it took so long to get to that payoff where you totally understand why Tyrion would have the balls to kill his own father.
Right.
Where you
and strangle his girlfriend.
And you understood why it is, like how Sansa became as strong as she did,
Yeah, I know. And you saw all the social media shit about that, right?
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, they're endorsing rape culture.
Oh, no, yeah.
She became stronger because she got raped. That's so wrong.
That's so wrong.
No, it says she didn't become stronger because she got raped. She got stronger because
she survived
she was mentored by evil people.
Yes. So, again, that's where I think a lot of the criticism, some of it I think is valid. Some of it is totally valid. But at the same time, stop fucking crying.
Yeah,
it's the best motherfucking
off,
show on television.
Yeah, fuck off. We're enjoying it.
Try to find another show that's as well produced, well acted, well everything as Game of Thrones.
Right.
Now, comparing it to itself, of course.
Right.
It's not the same show ever since they ran out of the source material, pretty much. That's pretty much, you can see the dividing line. Boom. But is it still fucking awesome? It is.
It was great.
And this episode is pretty damn awesome. But
so let's get to Clegane.
Yes. So I give, by the way, Euron and Jaime fight scene, I give it a 2.
It was lame. I
give it a 2. But Clegane Bowl, I give higher ratings to, except for the final.
It was about a 6. It was about a 6.
I give it a 7-ish.
Because the Hound won like 5 times. Mm-hmm. But he was too stupid to cut off the fucking head. That's all you had to do, brother. Cut off the fucking head.
Yeah, cut off.
But he stabbed him through the gut like 5 times.
Well, I think maybe because he just didn't understand what he was.
No, of course he knew. Of course he knew. Because he saw him at the end of season 7. And he's like, I know you, brother. We're not finished yet. He looked him in the eye. He knew exactly what he was. He knew he was an undead motherfucker.
No. Yeah, then you should have gone for the head. I mean, it was well blocked, I guess. I mean, I liked the fight on the steps, and it was pretty bloody.
It was good that
it was good that we got
that. Yeah, we saw his face finally.
It was very like Darth Vader.
In the books, he actually doesn't live. In the books, he dies from the poison.
Oh, okay.
But in the series, like Cersei found a way to keep him alive, and he's this like undead ghoul, and that's good because that gives the brothers a chance to duke it out. But fuck, man, the Hound, like he has every chance to win, and he just blows everyone.
And even when I mean, was he tired? I guess because he did stab him through the eye, and it kind of dropped him a little
that
bit.
actually did fuck him up a bit.
Yes. So.
But I think the Hound was actually just tired of life in general. That was the impression I got, because when he and Arya are riding to King's Landing, he tells her, "I'm not coming back."
Mhm.
And then when she wants to follow him into battle, he's like, "Go away, little girl. Like, I don't want this for you. Like, this is the end of my life, and I wish you well. Nice knowing you." And she actually says the words "thank you"
Mhm.
when she leaves. And I think the Hound has pretty much resigned himself to die,
Mhm.
and that's why he does what he does at the end.
Yes, and he just kind of bum rushes him through a wall, and they fall into the fire.
Yeah,
And that's the end of that. But it was. I mean,
it
was
was
worth the
not
price
bad.
of admission.
It was not bad.
Yeah, given.
I've seen worse fights.
Yeah, and I mean, and it was almost an impossible fight to have because fans have been waiting for it for so long that how do you give them something that's gonna make all of them happy? But yeah, just
everyone is miserable now.
falling into the fire.
I mean, fuck. The episode's been over for what, 3 hours, and already people are bitching like Ponzi hairdressers.
Yeah. And now, what about Cersei and Jaime's death? How did you feel that was poetic justice? Did you feel it was?
I actually thought you know what? Many people have their theories about how Cersei and Jaime are going to meet their end, because pretty much everyone thinks Cersei and Jaime are going to die. But nobody thought it was going to come like that. And I thought it was poetic, actually. I thought, good for them. Like, we didn't expect that at all. And it happened the way it did. And yeah, it was good.
I'll say this. As I was watching it, I had two thoughts in mind. One was like, fuck these motherfuckers. They deserve a real, like, a nasty death at the hands of somebody that they fucked over.
Right.
It reminded me a little bit of how.
Well, you know what? Hitler deserved a nasty death at the hands of people he fucked over, and he got off with a cyanide pill. So.
No, that's what I was getting.
I think Cersei and Jaime got Hitler deaths.
Yeah, no, let me get there, because that's kind of where I was going. Because for me, I still didn't like how they killed Melisandre, the Red Witch. Given all the shit that she's done, and she kind of got to go out on her own terms. But as I was watching, I'm thinking to myself, and we mentioned this a few podcasts ago about how Game of Thrones is a lot of gray area. Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy?
Right.
And as I'm watching, I'm thinking, you know what?
They gave Cersei kind of a good girl ending.
Yes, I was thinking to myself, why does she have to have a bad guy ending? Maybe this is just the best way for her to die. She doesn't have to die at the hands of anybody. She doesn't have to get burned alive by Drogon.
And I swear to God, that's why a lot of the fans are pissed off, because they really wanted to see that bitch burn, and she didn't. She went out on her own terms, which cheated a lot of people, I'm sure, but I didn't feel that way. Jaime.
Well, I mean, I'm still not totally cool with how much character development they gave Jaime only to bring him back into Cersei's arms. But
that was tough, yeah.
Yeah, it was tough to watch. And again, that goes back to what I was saying a few minutes ago about it just feels rushed. Did I think that he totally fell out of love with her when he went off at the end of season 7? No. But they didn't sprinkle enough of just moments where, he's still thinking about her. I mean, he totally seemed like, I'm done with Cersei.
You thought he was done with her.
Yeah, I'm done with Cersei. In fact,
but he dies in her arms.
The woman of, I'm onto this new woman now, the big woman. What's her name? Brienne.
Who may play a part next week.
And then all of a sudden, it's just 180.
Yeah.
And now he's totally in love with her again. He didn't go back there to like try to kill her or try to talk her into giving up. No, he's going back there because he's 100% still in love with Cersei. And it just kind of came out of nowhere. So I'll give them low grades for that. But the fact that they were willing to let just Cersei die just from casualties, like everybody else died from casualties. She's nothing special about her.
Yeah.
I thought was kind of cool.
And it was surprising. I thought Cersei would be there till the end, man.
I didn't. Well, it would have been nice if she had.
I thought if anyone was going to go out in this episode, I thought it was going to be Dany. But man, she fucking kicked everyone's ass.
Yeah, she just stayed up on the dragon and just burned everything down. Barbecue at King's Landing. I'm not gonna lie. Would I have preferred an ending for Cersei with a little bit more intrigue, some backstabbing, somebody actually? I mean, they wasted Arya with the Night King death, so I knew that they weren't going to give Arya a second big death. So I knew that wasn't going to happen. But even if something related to her sneaking in, wearing somebody's face, and they even mentioned that in this episode, there's tunnels, there's ways to get in there. And I thought to myself, oh my God, maybe they are going to give Arya...
they walked in through the front door, man.
Yeah, so, because Clegane said, we could just kill the bitch and nobody, 10,000 people don't need to die, And I said, oh, maybe they are going in that direction where they're going to have Arya sneak into the Red Keep somehow and kill her. So I'm sure all the more intelligent people out there on YouTube are going to come out with those how it should have ended videos, and I'm going to be like, fuck, that would have been so much better. But that doesn't mean I'm not upset with what did happen.
I love this. I enjoyed this so much. I really like butthurt fanboys can go fuck themselves.
Now... just to finish up, let's talk about what I think was the biggest point of this episode was the reaction to Daenerys burning the city down. We got great reaction shots from Jon and from Arya. And what do you think that means for episode 6, the final episode of Game of Thrones?
We got one more episode left. And honestly, I don't think Jon is going to move against Daenerys, but...
You don't think he's gonna move? Did you see the look on his face?
Yeah, he's horrified.
Where they were burning everything down.
He's horrified, but he's not an active person. He's like.
Well, he killed those kids at Castle Black when he came back from the dead. Well, no, it was one kid. It was the leader. Yeah.
And
the fat dude.
Yeah, and everyone else, but that was because they killed him. I don't think Jon is going to be the one to take the lead against Daenerys. I think if anybody does, it's probably going to be somebody we haven't seen this episode, and that would be Sansa.
She's already planning stuff, we know, but who do you think is actually going to put a knife through Daenerys' heart?
I would not bet against Sansa.
Really? You think Sansa would do it?
Yeah.
It looked like Arya was ready to.
Yeah, she is, but she's not very political, really. I mean, she has her family loyalties.
She's not political, but the look on her face, and when she looked up at those dragons and seen everything that this crazy bitch is doing.
She likes the dragons, though.
She likes them, but not to kill innocent civilians.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Daenerys' undoing is going to be Sansa.
Well, yeah. No, that I agree with. I'm just not sure if Sansa's going to be the one that delivers the death blow. I think she might set up the right circumstances for it to happen.
Right.
But that leaves a big gaping question. Daenerys is dead. We got the Unsullied and the Dothraki all the way up north. What's going on with them? Do you think there's going to be one more battle? Do you think they filmed one more battle between the north?
No. I think... Game of Thrones traditionally, like they shoot their load in the second last episode.
No, I agree. Yeah.
And so the last episode is mostly drama.
So how do you get rid of a dragon queen? Let's say they kill her, whoever it is. Boom. You know, however they do it, however they kill her. How do you get rid of a motherfucking huge ass dragon? And we're joking about it like it's half the army, but it's still a lot of motherfuckers. There's still a lot of Dothraki and a lot of Unsullied.
There's not a lot of Dothraki. Well, there's a lot of Unsullied.
But still, 100 of those motherfuckers can do a lot of damage.
Right.
And in the north ain't exactly like in good shape either. So how do you get rid of these people and tell them go south or whatever? Like, what do you do with those people once Daenerys is dead? Will they?
I don't think they really want to be there in the first place. I mean, we talked about that in the first episode.
You think they're just
like,
gonna go then?
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
think that
when
Grey Worm is loyal enough to Daenerys that he's gonna be like, fuck this, they just killed my queen, I'm gonna fight?
I think his heart is gone, man. I mean, his girl is dead. Like everything that he. I mean, even when they first came north, when they were at Winterfell, he was telling her, it's like, look, they're not too keen on black folks up here. I think we should just go down south and grab a blanket and lay on the beach for a while. So he wasn't that big on it in the first place.
I don't know.
And now that she's gone, I don't think he has much left to fight for.
I don't know. Because you saw, I mean, when she started burning things down, and the Lannister soldiers...
He was down with it, man.
He was down with it. So I think he is 100% on her side on an emotional level.
But she's going to be dead pretty soon, man.
Yeah, but I think that it's going to... I don't know. I guess that's up to... We'll see what the writers come up with. But I think that's a big question mark. Is you killed Daenerys, but you still got a considerable amount of people, let's put it that way, of her army from the south up north, plus a big ass motherfucking dragon. What do you do with the dragon?
And the dragon is not looking so well, though. Well, actually, it was looking pretty well.
That dragon didn't get hurt. That dragon didn't get hurt. He's not the one that got hurt during the battle at Winterfell.
Yeah.
So
you fucked everything up.
It's going to be a hell of a lot to figure out in one episode. So
it's going to be great, though.
It's definitely going to be great. I think it's probably going to be maybe an early death for Daenerys.
Yeah, she can go out in the first 10 minutes.
And then let the dominoes fall. Because, you don't just kill her. I mean, you have a whole horde of her people plus the dragons up north that you got to all of a sudden get rid of, unless the dragon turns on her too, or something. I don't know, because she's got this psychic connection. Maybe the dragon realized this bitch is crazy. I'm gonna go with the other Targaryen.
Yeah. Well,
so
the dragon is pretty much beyond forgiving. It already burned like 2,000 people.
Yeah. So unless they do, I mean, they could set up a trap for the dragon like they did with the other two, but they were much smaller. Remember when they had him locked up?
Right.
I mean, unless they set a trap for the dragon like that, where they lock him up down in some cavern or something. I don't know. Complicated. A lot of complicated shit that's going to happen next episode.
Yes.
And is there even a throne for them to sit on anymore?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I always envision the show ending with Westeros in ruins. And I predicted Cersei would win. I'm apparently wrong about that one. But the Kingdom in Ruins is looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, although what we saw from the previews is that she's definitely sitting somewhere, because she had the scene where she's walking down and they had the two armies on each side, a very Lord of the Ringish feel to it. So she's definitely going to have a moment where she is going to be Queen Daenerys of the Seven Realms, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, that'll last about 5 minutes.
But overall, I don't remember what I gave last episode. Maybe a 9.3 or 5. I'll give this one, I won't give it a 10. I'll give it a 9.7.
All right, I've already said it many times, but I'll say it again. Perfect 10 for me.
Yeah. And hopefully the finale will be great and we will get some payoffs. Again, I like some surprises, so I just hope they're not surprises just for the sake of surprises. And I do agree with you, Pete, that Sansa is definitely going to have a big role. And before we go, going all the way back to Varys, before he died, he was sending out a lot of messages, man. So I'd be curious to know what that is going to lead up to, because they did kind of focus a lot on him writing, and then there was a whole scene with the little girl. Although she seemed like she was just giving him information about what Daenerys was up to, because she said she wasn't eating and anything. But who's to say that Varys isn't whispering in some people's heads. Although, who's left that's of importance? I mean, you do have Sansa, of course, but maybe the new Prince of Dorne is sort of
The
important.
Dornish have been very absent this season.
Thank God.
Well, no, they could play a role, though.
Yeah, but I didn't really like the Dornish people.
No,
that whole
who
Dorne
does?
arc.
Who does?
Some theories out there that what's his name, Gendry, is actually
Yeah. Everyone thinks Gendry is going to wind up on the throne because he has the most legitimate claim.
So there's a lot of things could happen in this last episode.
That's why, even though they shot their wad, they literally did. They shot their wad.
No, I mean they do that. They do that every.
But
season.
There's still so many unresolved issues that next episode is going to be awesome.
Yes. All right, guys, that's it. We talked for a good hour here, right on the mark.
That's enough.
And so thanks for watching. Again, like and subscribe and hit that little bell. Sorry for the technical issues last week. I uploaded the video, and then the last 10 minutes of it, for some reason, didn't upload. So I got two versions of that last podcast we did. The one where it cuts off, and then one where you get the full episode. Who knows? It's fucking technology. But hopefully this one will upload all the way. And we will see you next week. We'll try not to get killed before then.
I will do my best.
All right. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.